Hello everyone! I'm excited about what we are going to talk about today because we're going to talk about breast pumps. Yay! So stay tuned. So you are probably watching this video because you are a new mama and you are either pregnant and researching breast pumps, or you just had your baby and you're like, what else do I need? Or you're exclusively pumping, or you are relactating. And if you are relactating, check out my re-lactation video. I think it might be helpful to you guys, so I will do my best to post that. I'm still figuring out the whole YouTube techie thing because it's just me, and so yeah, anyway, so I will do my best to post it down below. So I'm going to talk about 3 pumps that I think every lactating mom should have. So I wish that I had watched a video like this whenever I was researching, because with my first baby, I only breastfed for 3 months and I only had 1 pump, and it was a double electric pump. That's it. And I really didn't produce a lot of milk, and I probably should have kept up with the pumping and everything like that. I did relactate whenever she was 6 months old and was successful with that, but I only used a double electric pump with that. And so since then, since having another baby, I've added 2 more pumps that have been a major bonus for keeping up with my milk supply, and actually I think making my milk supply even greater, on top of breastfeeding fully breastfeeding my baby when she was born, never giving her a bottle, pumped milk or anything like that. On top of breastfeeding her, I pumped 50 ounces a day. 50 ounces a day, that's a lot. I think the technique that I used really helped with that. Okay, so on to the pump. So pump number 1 is the double electric pump. This is a double electric, sorry, and it has milk stains on it. This is the Medela Double Breasted, so you can see the 2 right here. This is the Medela brand. This I got through my insurance back in 2016, and guys, this has been really good. I've dropped it, as you can see there's tape right here. I have dropped this sucker on the hard floor and even cracked it a little bit, and it's been really good for me. I'm not going to go too much into detail of how to use it because I'm just trying to talk about the different pumps. So I do recommend having a double electric pump because it's, I think, a really good, if not the best pump to have out there. If you could pick any of them, definitely go with this. Okay, so breast pump number 2. So this one is the NatureBond, and I pulled it out of storage, so it's kind of the, and so it's the NatureBond Silicone something. I don't really know what it's called anymore. I will post all of the different pump names and features and all that stuff down below, or give you links to where you guys can look it up and buy or research or something. This one I got on Amazon. It was super cheap. It was, I think, $12. They have bigger and other probably upgraded options, but this is just what I had. It came with a little pouch bag that was really cute. It comes with this little lotus flower looking thing that you can plug in here, and I'll tell you what, I have had this thing filled to the max, and I have knocked it off. I mean, and it went flying, and this little thing kept all of the milk in, none of it spilled. It was great. So this one, I really like this one because, like I said, I was pumping about 50 ounces a day at first for the first 4-ish months or something like that. And when I would breastfeed on one side, the other side was literally spewing out whenever I had a letdown. So this catches a letdown. So all you do is just pull this little flap thing back, squeeze it, you put it on the boob, you put this little flap thing down, and then release it. And then once you release it, you'll feel it. I mean, sometimes it kind of hurt, but you'll feel it. It will definitely catch your letdown. This thing is so awesome. Another benefit that I really liked with this pump, well, I guess it's a pump, with this pump, whatever, I'm just gonna say pump, is that if I was at like a restaurant or something like that, or if I was at church and I just didn't have time for a full pumping session and it wasn't time for baby to eat or anything, I would go into the bathroom and I would put this on and I would relieve a little bit of pressure on both sides, and then I would pour it into my travel container and then put this in a Ziploc baggie because you don't want milk getting everywhere, and then go about my business doing whatever I was doing. Because when you get engorged and you don't have time to go and do a full pumping session, or it's not time for baby to eat and to relieve some pressure, it gets so painful. And so this came super handy. Like I said, it does not do a full pumping session, but it does relieve pressure, and I was so glad that I had this with me because I was put in that predicament kind of a lot, and so this came in handy. So I recommend having this along with the double electric pump. And now pump number 3. Okay, so pump number 3 is the hand pump. And honestly, guys, okay, so this is the container. This is by Evenflo. This is just Walmart. It was like $17. It was literally like the only one that they had. And honestly, guys, I did not think that I was going to need it because I had seen these and before, like in the store, and I was like, you know what? That's kind of silly to have. That's probably for like people who didn't have the option of getting a double electric pump. But one weekend we were out of power because there was a big storm that came through and like knocked something over and hit a power line, and we were without power, and it was right after I had my second baby, and my family was in town, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I can't use my double electric pump, and I didn't have the silicone pump yet. And no, I did, but it wasn't enough because I couldn't do a full pumping session. And like I said, even on top of breastfeeding her, I was pumping like 50 ounces a day, which is like crazy amount. And so if I didn't pump, I would get engorged like quick, and it was just really painful. Anyway, so my sister and I went to the store to get some supplies and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna grab me one of these hand pumps. Like it's only like 17 bucks. I'm gonna get one of these because like I can't stand this anymore, and there's no telling when the power's gonna be on. And boy, am I glad that I did, because the power took a while to come back on, and so I had to use this, and I got a full pumping session. But later on in the future, when we were traveling, we would be on the road. I mean, we live like 40-45 minutes from like the closest like big town that we go to a lot, and so we would be on the road a lot. And then so in the car you can't use the double electric pump. I don't know if they have like car pumps or whatever, but I'm just gonna say that I put my cover up on and I used this pump to relieve pressure and like get a pumping session in on the way there and on the way back from wherever we were going, because sometimes we were on the road for like 2 hours or something, and it helped so much. It helped keep me on my pumping schedule. It helped keep me relieved. It helped keep baby fed. Like, let's just say that I didn't have an opportunity to actually breastfeed her and I had to pump really quick and give her some milk. Boy, this came in handy. And so this is really awesome because it's very like, you can take it anywhere you want to. Having all 3 of those made my pumping and breastfeeding like way easier, way more enjoyable than my first time when I just had the double electric pump, because I was literally just stuck on the couch for like every 2 to 3 hours pumping, and I didn't have any flexibility with time. I couldn't go anywhere, and it was horrible. Now, here is a little tidbit of information for you. Since you are obviously going to put your breast milk in a container, if you are going to keep your milk in the fridge using milk bags, those are okay. This is what I'm talking about. These milk bags, they are Walmart brand, they're super cheap. These are okay if you're just gonna keep your breast milk in the fridge. And they look like this. I'm sure you've seen them. It has name, date, and volume. And then, you know, you can see the ounces and stuff on here. Those are okay for like quick feedings and stuff like that. However, please do not put your milk bags in the freezer. Don't be like me. I had, no kidding, I think I had maybe about 400 ounces in the freezer. Yeah, that's a lot. In bags. And then I was like, I wonder if I can donate some milk or something, just out of curiosity. And I researched that, and they said to not send the milk in bags. And I was like, that's really weird. I wonder why. And they said that the bags can break whenever you defrost them, whenever you thaw them out. And they can lose milk that way. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting, because I have a whole bunch of bags in the freezer. And sure enough, whenever I thawed them out, I put them in warm water, and I thawed them out like that. And then you would put them in the bottle warmer, you know, a little snippet. Whenever I put my bags in the warm water, I could instantly tell if there was a hole or if they were like broke through the bags or something, because the water would turn milky, and sure enough, the bag would have been broken or something like that. And I lost, I don't even know how much milk I lost, but it was terrible. So do not put your milk in the bags and then put them in the freezer. Keep them in the fridge if you're going to do that. That's a good option. Now, here is what you can do. So I started pumping before baby was born, and I know that a lot of people are like, well, don't do that, whatever. It worked well for me. I had no contractions when I was pumping or anything like that. I mean, heck, I would have contractions whenever I'd go walking, and so rather than like pumping. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to catch as much colostrum as I possibly can, because the colostrum is like, you know, it's golden. You want to give that to your baby. These are the little colostrum catchers or holders, tubes, or whatever. And then they also gave me a bunch of these. These are for like whenever your milk starts to come in and you can't exactly fill up the big ones, which are these. And these hold 5 ounces that you can measure, but I would measure it up to about 6 ounces. So I'd put about 6 ounces in these big ones. And then this one goes up to like, I don't know, a little over 2 ounces, 2.5, 3 ounces, something like that. And then of course that one. So I would recommend having these. And so if you're going to freeze your milk, put them in these containers or glass containers or something like that. Do not put your milk in the bags in the freezer. I hope this is helpful to somebody out there. Like I said, I wish I saw a video like this whenever I was like researching breast pumps and stuff like that. Nobody talked about it. Everybody just talked about one breast pump at a time. If you have a question or something or comment, just post those down below, and I will do my very best to answer any questions you have, to re-comment back or anything like that. And then subscribe if you want to see more information like this. I've got like a whole bunch of information I want to talk about, and then we'll hang out next time. Thanks for watching.